Okay, I'll show you how to break in a new deck of cards. When you first open a pack of cards for the first time, they can be quite stiff and they can be very slippery. So I'm just going to go through a few drills, a few exercises to kind of condition the cards and break them in so that they're more usable. Okay, so the first step is to remove the cellophane from the box. Now, usually I just rip it off entirely. When I can, I try to actually use the. You'll notice at the top of the cellophane, there's usually a strip where you can kind of peel the top portion off. Okay, it doesn't always work. Sometimes, it's just not very easy to detach that. But whenever possible, I try to keep the lower portion of the cellophane still around the box. And that just helps keep the box together and preventing it from ripping or anything like that if it's in my pocket. Okay, from there I just use the nail of my thumb to rip the sticker on the box, open that up, and then I just take out the ad cards. There's usually a few ad cards, and then I usually keep the jokers in my pack, but you can remove those if you want. And so right now, this is brand new. The cards are quite stiff. Okay, they're quite stiff and they're slipping around a lot. So that's to be expected with a brand new pack of cards. A few things that I do to break them in is as follows. I start with a bunch of riffle shuffles, in the hands riffle shuffles. So I do it a face down shuffle followed by a bridge, and then I flip it face up and I do another riffle shuffle. And I kind of just interchange between the two a number of times. Okay, so you would do that, I don't have an exact number, but you do that 10, 20 times in each direction. And then I start getting into just some fanning, just spreading the cards out, kind of airing them out. Another thing that I'll do sometimes is I'll wash the cards on the surface, just to get them all spread out and mix them up a bit. From there, I'll normally go into some card springs, just to flex those cards out a bit more and to kind of get rid of that stiffness. Now, if you're not proficient at the card spring, you probably don't want to do this, but once you are proficient at it, you can do it with the right amount of pressure so that you don't permanently bend the cards in any way. So I do it in both directions. I do a face down spring, and then I'll do a face up spring, and I'll kind of interchange between the two of those back and forth. Then I'll get back to the riffle shuffles a bit. Like so. I'll link you to the tutorial videos on how to learn these moves down below in case you don't know how to do them yet. From there, I'll normally do some pharaoh shuffles. Okay, this is another way to kind of flex the cards out and get them moving around a bit. So I'll pharaoh in this direction, I'll bridge in this direction, and then I'll flip it face up and do the same thing in the opposite direction. So riffle shuffles, springs, pharaoh shuffles. Those are the main moves that I use to break in the pack of cards. And then, of course, just standard spreading the cards out, fans, just to get rid of that slickness. Okay, so it might take a little bit of time to break the cards in, but eventually they're going to start to soften up. That super slickness is going to start to become a nice smoothness, which is what you want. And the cards will just be softer and easier to handle.